Hello, hi guys, welcome back to the Football Showdown channel. Today we are back analyzing another player who's been linked to the Arsenal, another player who can definitely help Arsenal finally get past the line and finally lift the Premier League after 21 years next season. Before we get into that video, I have a small message for all you guys out there. If you guys are not yet subscribed, please keep subscribing to the channel as we're trying to hit that 500 mark as soon as possible. Also, keep commenting, keep liking, and keep sharing this content as we are building this big, possibly a good community for all the people out there as we're putting out great quality and good content for all you guys out there as well. So, I will keep reading all your comments if you keep commenting as we're taking as many suggestions as possible from everyone as we're still growing from a small channel as well. So, yeah, do keep subscribing, do keep commenting, and do keep sharing this content. Today we are going to talk about a specific player who's been linked to Arsenal. I think if I'm not wrong, at least from the winter time onwards. The only thing that I know about him is that he's the youngest Ajax captain, and he's been playing in the left back slash left wing back position, and he's been doing brilliant for Ajax. It's very hard to come into the playing 11 as well as captaining the same team at the age of 18, and that's ridiculous. So today, let me bring on our special guest to analyze this specific player before I say anything else and doing this specific video. Hey Arush, today, who are we going to talk about?
We're going to talk about, like you said, Ajax's youngest captain, 17-year-old, who was back then 17-year-old. Now he's an 18-year-old, Jorrel Hato.
Right. I just know him as Hato, Ajax Academy, something similar to Timber, something similar to Delict, or many famous names that have come out from Ajax. The other thing that has been really that's been really resounding among majority of the players is his mentality and the way he brings in leadership. Hence, him captaining Ajax at the age of 17/18. Could you give us more about than just the peripheral things about Hato?
Yeah, so like you said, we've been hearing links of Hato joining Arsenal, Hato being the left back target for Arsenal for almost more than a season now. So yes, like you said, he's been the captain of Ajax at just 17-year-old, which is very, very phenomenal for as Ajax as well, because they're in a complete turnover. They've got their talents gone. They're just building over with lots of technical directors leaving, everything leaving. So he's been one of them who's been the founding prospects over there, and he's been redefining the role of a modern day centre back. So in lots of aspects. So like you said, he likes to start in the heart of the defense, either deployed as a left centre back in a back three, in a back four, or also as a traditional left back or a left wing back, like you said. So it's Hato's maturity, his technical brilliance at such an age that it does the talking for Ajax's games over these years. And it may be very identical and similar to what Martinez has done, Lisandro Martinez has done, or even Julian Timber has done, like you said. So he just continuing to do the justice for them from the academy.
Right. I mean, now that you said that you compare him to Martinez, who, by the way, could have been an Arsenal player had he chosen Arsenal over going back to his previous manager in Eric Ten Hag. He seems to be very physical from the little I've seen him from the compilations that Arsenal fans have poured into the timeline on Twitter or even on YouTube. So he's definitely physical. He's definitely fast. He's very good on the ball. But those are something that a common eye can see. What are something that you generally see? What are his strengths that as an analyst you could see something different?
Yes, so firstly, let's start by the academy comes from Ajax, which always dwells into calmness in possession or even composure while holding the ball and remaining press resistant, as we've seen with the earlier prospects that have come through. So through this, Hato as a centre back, as a defender, he benefits from the tempo building and helps a lot in the build-up phase, which benefits him of being a front-footed defender. So as a defender, he's very competent in winning the ball. He can recycle the ball, start counter-attack, start an attack. And he does this by playing lots of progressive passes, flaunting his ability to carry the ball in larger areas or just ding the ball through and just start an attack. So he's also known for tackling the ball, like you said. he likes to intercept and he likes to anticipate. So we've seen him do that in the Europa League last season, where he did that against Brighton, maybe even against Aston Villa and even Marseille. So sitting in the heart of defense as a first phase progressor, his passing range has to be refined, and for that his technique is also quite exquisite, I'll say. So maybe passing through the lines, diagonal passes to change the point of attack, or passing the ball with just the right amount of loft or precision. He's always doing that. And also to say he's reflected this in his passing accuracy, which is 94%, while he averages 4.5 progressional passes per 90, which is very impressive for a centre back of his age. So like I spoke to you about his technical brilliance a while ago, he's also elite at at reading the game. His IQ, he possesses very high IQ out of possession, which makes him needful to the reactions to the actions that come to him.
Right.
So as a modern day centre back, I classify him as a modern day centre back because he's very good at holding the high line and maintaining his possession rigidly. He's very aware of the positional changes that occur besides him. And this is also something that most of the managers now want in the centre backs that can hold a defensive line. So lastly, we'll talk about his body stature.
Okay.
So he's quite agile, like you said. His tight possession, he maintains low center of gravity. That helps him maintain his quick feet, and he does this under tight circumstances. So it helps in beating the press. He's press resistant, and it also helps to maintain the close control in his dribbles and get through these tight spaces.
Right. I mean, it's actually it's like it's so good to hear about a 17-year-old or an 18-year-old possess all these qualities at that specific age, at the same time captaining. But at the same time, we kind of forget that how he's so young, and yet he has so much to improve as well. In my opinion, obviously, any 17-year-old or an 18-year-old definitely needs a lot of improvement. And also for the fact that he's just 17 or 18, he might be facing a lot of duels as a defender as well, right? So what are his kind of weaknesses that he definitely needs to improve, or something that that needs a lot of polishing? Because I feel at that age you're very raw, right? So what do you think are the kind of weaknesses that he possesses?
Yeah, so like you said, something that he's got to improve on because he's young is that he's inexperienced. So decision making, obviously, on the pitch, in overcommitting in duels, misplacing passes, or even while holding the line, it's quite challenging for him as a young player because he's not got that experience and exposure at this age.
Right.
So what I think he'll need improvements on is his aerial duels, because as a defender, aerial duels are quite a thing that they'll have to face against. So putting numbers into picture, he's only won 52% of his aerial duels contested in Eredivisie this season, which is like quite bad for Ajax, but they've not done the best this season as well.
Right.
So what I think is the best thing about him is that he identifies his weaknesses himself, and he said it in an interview himself that it's not about that he doesn't know them. He knows them and he will improve upon them, which makes him a very, very mature character to have in a side like this and build upon as a manager, to have someone like him to channel him into a very good player.
So do you reckon that if a certain manager gave him instructions, or his vision or his teachings, trying to make sure that he's a better player, do you reckon he'll take it in?
Yeah, of course, because he's also classified as a quick learner. So with the age, with the experience, he'll just keep getting better.
Right. I mean, he seems to have the right mentality. He's very young, and you're saying that he's like a sponge who takes in a lot of knowledge as well and can understand it really quick. All the right qualities, all the right mentalities that is appreciated at Arsenal, which brings us to the question: how does Hato fit into the Arsenal setup? In my opinion, we have Magalhaes, we have Tomiyasu, we have Kivior as well. We do not know for how long Kivior will be at Arsenal. There has been enough links about him moving away from Arsenal to get constant playing time, so we do not know his situation. But for now, we'll just consider him as an option. We have obviously Zinchenko, who's playing as that left back position. So how does Hato fare into this entire Arsenal team? Do you think he'll be that rotation type, or he will be used as an under 21 player and sometimes played as an Arsenal main team player as well? Like, what do you reckon will happen?
So what I think his role at Arsenal would be, he could be a tailor-made fit into this Arsenal side because
Hmm.
Arsenal love playing inversions.
Hmm.
So inversions from the left-hand side especially. So he gives Arsenal that natural left-footed prowess
Hmm.
that Arsenal are looking for, and then he could showcase his on-the-ball qualities in breaking the lines and carrying the ball.
Hmm.
So he wouldn't actually be in the academy. He would actually be there as a backup mainly because of his inexperience and
Hmm.
playing in a different league. If he transited from the Premier League to a Premier League club,
Hmm.
then I think he would have gotten into the starting lineup straight away.
Right.
But like you said, we don't know what's the scenario with Kiwi, or we don't know what's the scenario with Zinchenko as well.
Hmm.
So what I think is when he would invert Gabriel Magalhaes, he could actually act as the wide centre back, covering up the spaces that he would leave behind. Something that they do with Zinchenko as well.
Hmm.
And also with Timber in the squad,
Hmm.
they could also have
Oh, yeah.
either one inversion in a match,
Ah.
or also they could have two inversions in a match. That I think something Arteta is looking to do
Hmm.
next season from both sides.
Hmm.
That would give Arsenal a lot of flexibility in tactics as well.
Hmm. Hmm.
So another aspect that I spoke of in my thread is I do feel Hato is a short-term Zinchenko displacer, but at left back that is,
Hmm.
and in his long term, I think he's a successor of Gabriel Magalhaes at left centre back
Hmm.
because he's an all-phase centre back,
Hmm.
and he's got the quality, and he's quite rare in the market as well for the right price.
Hmm.
So a good move to come for him personally at Arsenal
Hmm.
under the right coach, under the right set of talents. That if he prioritizes the positions that he wants to develop in, I
Hmm.
think it's gonna make a good partnership going forward into the team, and
Ah.
also that we already have a good relationship with Ajax, so
Hmm.
hopefully we can build into making better relationships with them through this move.
Hmm. 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 One last question before we wrap up the video. As an 18-year-old defender who's been playing constantly for Ajax in this season, do you reckon his development could hinder if he moves to another club where his game time is not constant and like just sometimes and may not even play in the entire season? Like, in your opinion, what do you think will happen?
I think uh, Ajax's academy wouldn't mind that, and he personally wouldn't mind that because the amount of talents that come out through the Tobox academy,
Hmm.
it's quite natural, so that they have to sell their assets to other clubs.
Hmm.
And for him personally, I think Arsenal is a good project because knowing that Mikel Arteta is someone who can mold young talents into something big,
Hmm.
I think he should choose the option.
Hmm.
If not starting, even as a backup, it's a very good option for him personally because he's going to learn. He's going to play in the best tournaments.
Hmm.
He's going to mature enough from the exposure he gets at Arsenal.
Hmm. Hmm. Fair enough, Peter. Because when we were linked to Sesco, people were genuinely happy about it, right? At the same time, people were like, you know what? If he comes to Arsenal as a striker who needs constant game time to like keep developing his game and keep understanding how to play his game or how to mold his game better, they said he needs proper game time. And some, let's just say, Arsenal fans who were on the fence regarding this signing were kind of happy that he stayed back at his home club so that he can get constant game time to keep developing his game and probably be available next season. I do not know. So that's what gave me a thought. You know what? This actually kind of makes sense for a player who needs to emerge or keep doing well. He needs constant game time. So that's why I thought I could ask you. And yeah, it makes sense.
See,
Yeah.
the thing is that
Hmm.
yes, of course, they are two different players, but the thing is with both of them, there's a different level of maturity that's there in their
Hmm.
in their gameplay.
Hmm.
So for Sesko to remain at Leipzig one more season, it makes sense because you can see that he's still raw. You can see in the Euros that he's performing. He's
Hmm.
not gotten the numbers to back his talent up.
True.
He's done a good decision of staying at Leipzig for another season, refining whatever he's not good at,
Hmm.
and then make a move because there are many top clubs that are going to come in for him next season.
Hmm.
Plus, for him personally, yes, even I do think that at Arsenal he wouldn't have generally come straight away into the starting lineup because of how the squad is at Arsenal currently.
Hmm.
So personally, for him, it's a win-win situation, and then he's got a new deal. His value will rise up too, so it's quite different.
Hmm. Fair enough. That's it from us, guys. I genuinely like this type of videos. I genuinely like making such videos with Arush as well. But again, I remember him saying that he has a thread in Twitter. I mean, on Twitter. I will post that thread in the description as well. So if you guys do not just want to see but want to read about him as well in depth, Arush has a beautiful written thread on Twitter, so do check that out as well. I will have it in the description, so do check that out. Arush, any final words before we wrap up the video?
I mean, with a left back prospect announced that is going to be in the targets of Arsenal joining, I think Hato is a very good option to assess.
Right. That's it, guys. I like this signing. I won't oppose it. It's just that bringing in such a young talent should be taken care of very what's the word, with so much care. So I just hope we don't make a mistake, because if you ruin such a young prospect's career, it's genuinely very heart wrenching, to be fair. That's all I have to say. Yeah. If you guys are not yet subscribed, do keep subscribing. If you have more suggestions for us on who we need to analyze or who we need to make videos on, do let us know in the comment section as well. Yeah. Till we see you guys soon. Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you're in the world. Peace.